Hello, everybody. This is Mary from Pangerbon Gaming, and we're at Starlight Drive. This is my new character. He's a level, where am I? 35, and this is the character that I set up after I did the reboot of the castle because you can't dismantle settlements. The game is crashing on me. Okay. So I had a huge problem. I'm in God mode, by the way. So I had a huge problem with this character when I got here. So I'm going to first person. So everybody knows Starlight. I usually make it into a huge settlement. I've made it into a player home. And I'll explain why afterwards. So we're just going to walk down here this way. Now, around this area here, I can walk around it, but I can't open the workshop around this area here. I had a bar and all set in place. The game crashes. If I go to remove some of these cars that are still in the area, the game crashes. And it all started when I got to the little pond of water that is full of the radiation barrels. That became a huge issue. So the game kept crashing when I was trying to remove the barrels. I got them out of the pond. So after that, I decided, well, I'm making it into a player home. So this is the player home. And I didn't do anything fancy with the walls. I just walled it off. So with this character, I have discovered that Shaun is technically 10 years old. Dispatched I've dispatched Kellogg. I've gotten rid of Kellogg, but I haven't made any of the items to actually teleport into the Institute. So in anticipation of finding Shaun, a 10-year-old, it also is what this is based around. Okay. So as we walk up here, we have cleared out some of the old furniture out of the area here, and we just left it here as well. And this old toilet had stuff growing out of it as well. So we just put a turret in here. And this is a place that sometimes Nate waits here, just in case anybody decides to come along. And so as you can see, it's just bits and bobs hanging around here that we got rid of. So as we walk in here, I wanted to feature a lot of things out of the Bunker Home Pack. And the thing about it is that's 750 credits. So as far as I know, that's what it was anyway. But you get all the items once you buy the pack. They're already in your workshop inventory. There are 4 bunkers or player homes that you can go to get the storyline of how these things were set up. And I did that with my other character as well. But I'm not impressed with them, but I might cover it with this character. I don't have Cyberdog with this character because I actually don't want to move down too much on the map at this point. As you can see, there's a lot of places that I have found, but there's also a lot of places that I haven't found yet. And if I was in the same with the bounty hunter one, if I go down here too far, I'm going to discover and other settlements down further on the map. So this character, as I said, is only level 34. And I build in God mode, I do not gain any levels for it. So this is one of the new, from the Bunker Home Pack, the chemistry station here. So I place this here as you come in the door. We can close this place off now. Here, so we're completely safe in here. And I just put some of the Vault-Tec stuff in here as well, because it's just a mix and match. I haven't gone to the vault yet. So this is our work area here. So we placed all our stuff that we could get in here and we put them up on the shelf, and we can take out a ladder to get up there when we require them. So this is the new weapons station. as well. So just the beauty about player homes is that you can place items without worrying about settlers knocking them down. But of course, dog meat is in his little box at the moment, his little kennel. So I have no problem with him. So I have to, when I let him out, yes, there's probably going to be a bit of a problem. Now, as you can see here, this is from another pack here. This is from Neon Flats. This is the armor station. And you can see here there's a new fruit here. There's a problem with this settlement because I didn't place that new fruit here. And if I actually come out, decide to walk out of this settlement and I come back, things will be moved around. It's a bit odd, but yes. So we put Nuka World here. And as you can see, that new fruit is there. And there was no way I put it there because I wouldn't have been able to get it in. So as I said, this is our player home. And so as we come in here and we lock the door, this is how it looks. And it's Christmas themed because obviously we're in Advent right now. Christmas will be here soon. So these pods are from the Bunker Home pack. I found it very interesting that we got the pods also, got a new kennel here as well, and dog meat is sitting there. And this is basically a home. This building over here is considered a shed, but I do not consider it a shed. It's too nice of a room for a shed. So if we walk down here, this would be for Cyberdog. I still have to find out if Cyberdog can actually get into a kennel. I don't know, but we'll find out, I suppose, as we go along. So I just put a little garden in here and I have the water pump and just some food. Of course, the character himself, as you know, cannot do any farming, which I find odd. I always did find it odd. And this is just like a little safe area for when we get Shaun back. And we're having a bit of bad weather and fog at the moment. So we're going to walk into this player home. And it comes with new doors and everything. And we have these welcome homes. It's supposed to turn off power and all that type of thing. So as we walk in here, we have our kitchen. Now this comes with the main kitchen fitted. We got a new fridge and we got this cooking station as an actual stove with this set. So I've just placed some food and stuff around and I added some lights from the Neon Flats creation. So we just have some soup out here and we have our Christmas candles ready for when we're going to cook for Christmas Day. So that's the kitchen. This would be our sitting room area. And it's a lovely, as you can see, it's really a very nice pod. Of course, a lot of people like all the old things that I can put the fire on. Now, you have that. Now, that turns off once you sort of leave the game. It turns off, you have to turn it back on. So these little shelving areas and these little side cabinets, and I hung 3 Christmas stockings because Nate, it's still very new to Nate about what has happened and he still doesn't know if he's going to get Shaun back. So, but he put 3 up there anyway. So we have and of course we have a new radio, which I'm not turning on because, as I said, they copyright claimed Lady Ella, and it wasn't Capitol Records that did a copyright claim on one of my videos. So we have sliding doors with this too, guys, which is very handy. Now, I dare say you could glitch them in somewhere else, like in Sanctuary, which would be very handy. So you get the shower here. Now, it's in the pod. It's not a separate item. But I found it very interesting that they actually included all this. I glitched the sink in here. And of course, we do have running water. And that, of course, we have a lot of water in here because this is where I'm actually getting my water, a lot of my water from, and selling it. And how much do I actually have in here? So far, that's the amount of caps I have. So, yeah, I'm selling water all over the place. That's what I usually do. So we come out of the bathroom now. Of course, I can't see what I'm doing, guys. Yeah, they're nice doors, though. And then we have the bedroom, the main bedroom in here. Now, I was going to put more items down in here, like place items, but the game was becoming very precarious. As I said, like it's this area is, as I said, since the update of 2024, there's a huge issue with the game. Now, this bed is considered two beds, just so you know that. Um, so we have this new cabinet. We got this clock, which is a nice addition. And I'll show you the items later on of what you get in this pack. But as I said, I've mixed and matched them. So that's basically this area of the player home, I'm just going to say here. And I decided that when Shaun comes back, he needs a bigger room. So I gave him this room. Now, as I said, this is considered a shed. I do not consider it a shed. And we have Santi there, who will be coming soon. Now, this door opens in. So this is based around Shaun. So I found the three little squirrel tapes, put them there for him. I take it he probably liked Nuka Quantum and all that, and I put some of the other things from other sets in here. We have Deezer's lemonade, and we have Santi there as well, and we have the Mr. Captain Cosmos box there that makes this item here as well. I couldn't have dog meat running around here, it'd be all knocked down. And in here we have some of the other toys just thrown into the corner. So we got a fan with this, so another working fan. And so over here we get this complete brand new set of the, well, it's actually quite nice actually, but I don't think the original one had anything to do with Vault-Tec on it. But this pod set here is based around Vault-Tec as well. So these are all brand new. We sit out here. This is a brand new Nuka Cola vending machine. Put an ice box here, and I put one of these here for Shaun. So, because in there he has the game on, I think it's on his desk. We have it over here. I think that's it there. The little game for that. So he can play that as well when he comes back here to live with us. And over here, Nate is cooking here as well. We have dog food and purified water there for our little pal that's sitting in the kennel. So down here, decided to make this little area. And yes, as I said, the game was becoming precarious. So putting bigger items in to cover up spaces is very handy when you're doing these type of things as well. And Nate can sit here and he can fish in our little pond that we found. And there's the waste paper basket. I was wondering where it went. It was over here by the clothesline where we're drying towels at the moment because the weather is usually quite good around here. And we just have our ponds here. And we're probably hoping to get some form of pineapple out of this place because and there's a lovely fog coming out of that pond as well. So I have 20 purified water in here, and we left a ladder here so we can maintain this thing, and we left a bucket here to collect water as well. So we just walk around here. We can go up along here into this, just the player home, as I said. Now do you see that? That Nuka cherry, that was in the house, that was in a building over there, and I came back, it was here. Right, can I pick it up? I can. Right, I was wondering where it went to. So, as you can see, the way I have the power, if you can have a look at this, the power is running from over there. I brought it through here. So, I will go into Recam and show you what this place looks while we still have daylight, and then I will do a walk around at night because it looks really nice at night as well. So far, because it's considered that nobody is actually living here, we mightn't have any attacks. So we'll see how that goes. We'll keep our fingers crossed. So I'm going to go into free cam here now. So you guys can actually have a look. And we have clear skies. So we're going to go up here. Oh, did you see that? Wow, that went, as I said, it's very odd what's going on here. Very peculiar. So this is what it looks like. I'll go up a little bit higher. Don't go too high. It might just cause a lot of problems. Um, so it's just, as I said, a player home. But I haven't done automatron with this character yet. And anybody knows anything about automatron, those robots will come in here. And the wall is a fortification against that. Now, I've taken a lot of the junk out of here. But this is where our power is. Our power is in there. So I've left most of this as it was, except as I said, I cleared out a lot of the things that were already in here. And this would be the other side of that. And I never realized there wasn't there is a door on it, right? Though there wasn't a door on it yesterday, because I couldn't find one. As I said, things disappear and come back. So this cot is very interesting to me. I know Americans call them cribs. We call them cots. But I can't understand why this cot can't be given to us in the game. Because it's not broken. It works. And the thing about it is, at the end of the day, it would look great in settlements. But so I just left it there. I left that there. So if somebody is passing by, they can feel free to use it as long as they aren't enemies. So we go down along here. So as I said, this is what it looks like. I have to get rid of those old beds and things like that as well. So at night, now this looks wonderful. And we'll go back over here. Go through here. We can get an overview. Now, the only problem I have is with these lights here. They tend to do a flicker. I don't know whether you can notice it or not. You can see this flicking going on. It's like as if the bulb is about to cut out or something. But maybe that's sort of more natural. I don't know. And then we go through here. I have to go very slowly in here because it's paused. And you can see this flicking going on. Can you see it? Because I can. It's quite annoying. But some of these things, of course, are from different Creation Club items. And I like to mix and match them. I'm very interested, though, in the fact that they gave us the pod. They actually look lovely in Sanctuary. And my sanctuary is not built up this time around. There's only 4 people living there. That would be that couple that are always moaning, Marcy and whatever her husband is, and the ghoul that sold us, well, he wasn't a ghoul at the time, but the Voltec guy, and what's the fella you help in Diamond City? So, yeah, did I go to the bathroom, guys? Did I? In here. But I was delighted that we had something with the shower because it looks better. And of course I have to add everything else you want into it. So we can go straight up through here very slowly. Because it's a pod, it tends to move very fast. So nighttime is about to fall upon us right now. So I'll get out of this mode. And we can see what this place looks like from a distance if we're walking up onto it. And I have to come into it the way I did. Because if I walk down the other way, it tends to want to crash. So, yeah, it's only a player home after all, guys. It's not much to look at. It's only a player home. And what time is it now? Could actually wait another 2 hours because it looks nice in the actual dark. Of course, this area here doesn't actually get extremely dark where it is on the map. And for those of you who don't know where Starlight is on the map, that's where it is. So it's basically a straight walk down to here. Okay. So we're going to, I'll sit down here. I'll give it 3 hours, guys. So you'll see it in its full darkness. All right. So I said things tend to move in this settlement when you actually leave it. And I never had that before. As I said, I'm having a whole lot of problems. And I've uninstalled the game, reinstalled it, etc. So yeah, so I just stand up here. So I know super mutants come that way, come down here as well. And I've only used well, it's not the basic turret. It's the second one up, this one here. But I'm inside a settlement, so I can show you this. Um, Defense. That's the one you can build anyway. It's this one here. I've used that one. So with the door closed, of course, and well, as I said, Nate could sit out here and I have Batman here. So we have the bits and bobs around here. And let's use the colors of Fallout. So we have this little fella sitting in there in attack mode. So as we come in here, obviously we would lock the door. That would be the right thing to do. So we have here, I gave some water as well there for after he does all his gymnastics and stuff like that and his weightlifting. So this, of course, as I said, is our basic area for doing the power armor, for doing our weapons. And I wanted to add more in here, but instead the game was becoming, this area was becoming very unstable. And yes, the odd one of these do work. I turn that off. You can see it affects some of it. But because it's conduit based, it's not affecting all of it. Let's turn it back on again. Now we can walk around this area here. And I hung some lights up here on the conduit as well to add a little bit of ambience to it. Put some extra ferns and palms in here. And of course, as I said, we can't farm, which is a bit odd. But I've only ever taken Shaun at the end of the game type of thing. I've only ever taken him once, and that was with my original character, which is completely gone. And with this character, I was at Tappington Boathouse. As you can see, there's flickering going on here. And I'd lost several saves from the time this anniversary thing came in. And I'm not talking about, I don't have the anniversary edition, but an update did come in for the Creation Club that has now turned into Creations. So I said, oh, here, I'm going somewhere else to build a player home, because Tappington has been a problem as well since last year. So I can turn this off here, and it just turns off that light there. Doesn't really have any effect. So this is our kitchen. But I'm very happy with the fact that we're given the option. Of course, this is a new fridge. And as I said, if you place some items down, you can do this in player homes mainly. You can't really do it in settlements as well. And then we have as I said, this area. And of course, I turned off all the music, guys, as well. So it's made it into sort of a Christmas theme, because we are in Advent and Christmas will be here soon. this is the bedroom. Now, there's several beds come with this, but all beds seem to hold two people. So they're deemed as two beds in here. And then we have the bathroom. As I said, this is a set from, I think it's Neon Flats or another one. I don't know, but these little ornaments and things. I said, well, you put these up for shampoos and things like that, and have a Braxo cleaner. And you have the option of turning these lights off as well by just doing that, which is very handy as well. You just want to do that yourself. So that's, you could say, the main area of this house. I'm considering it sort of just like giving Shaun, I'm not putting him in a shed. It's a very nice room, but obviously I wanted to do something with it for a little boy. If you notice, all the toys and Fallout are only for boys. So yes, I put the Vault-Tec guy. That's another creation thing as well. And this also holds two people, this bed. And it's very cleverly made, if you know what that item is. It's very cleverly made. And as I said, when you close the door here, he has his Christmas presents ready for him and all that type of thing. So, and this is a nice area too. I actually love the brand new Nuka Cola vending machine. And of course we have, as I said, the arcade machine. So this area I left sort of more dark in a way here. And yes, he can sit down here and all that. But as I said, I was looking for something big to fit into this area. And I said, here, I'll put these trees. And you can walk down around the pond area here as well. Back to our water here. So as I said, it's just a player home. You can't do much with that, but it's bigger, I suppose, in many ways than home plate. But I could do a lot more with home plate because I was only dealing with one cell that settlers can't be in, etc. And you have no limit. And even if you do get past the no limit, you can still drop weapons, etc. So we're going to do a fly around now in the dark so we can see what this looks like from up here. But this little settlement or player home is well fortified, as you can see. And as I said, the power is coming from over there. And it's a pity because I really like Starlight, because I would have made it into a full-on settlement. But I already showed the settlement that I built there from, last year, some time ago. As I said, this is Christmas themed. And I did get rid of I'm going up here for a lovely sky. I did remove the skeletons that are around this area, because you can't remove them, as you know. So, more of a fun theme to it. But I do like the pods. It looks as if a bit of progress is being made. I do like them. So, go back in here. And as I said, I don't know how that new fruit got in there. It makes no sense to me that it moved itself in there, but it did, which is odd. But I said, I'm not surprised anymore. It's Fallout 4. I'm not surprised at all. So we'll go out of that. It's not letting me out of it. Now we're back down. Right. But that's what it looks like, guys. And I'll wait for the morning to show you the items that come with this pack. So we'll go straight up to, I hope it's not raining. So I usually have to get past the rain. So we give it 7 hours. We don't mind waiting. It's sunny now. That's great. So I have to go to an area where it would be sort of safe. I keep thinking I could click that. This area here isn't too bad to work around here, this section here. But if I go over there, as I said, there's a problem. So I'll show you the items, and they're very simple to find. Just go into Creation Club, move down to this little icon here, and we have this little colourful thing. We have the armor workbench. I was going to put that one in, as you can see it there, but I wanted one with a bit of colour inside that shed. Okay, so I'm going to scrap as I'm going, guys. Now, don't mind me. We have this bed here. Bring it down here, which is Baltec based, as you can see. Bolt based. It would hold 2 people. As you can see, the bed limit keeps going up there, the bed. So, yeah, that's that one. And I'm scrapping it, guys, because I don't want problems. There's this one, which I don't really like this one. It's a bit on the blanket or sheet or whatever looks dirty on that. I don't actually like that one, but it holds 2. So as you can see, I have 5 beds. So the next one is the one that's in the house that I showed you, and the other one is what looks like a single bed. Then we have the bedside tables, which I already showed you in the room. Then we have a new bobblehead stand. It's brand new. So get rid of that. Then we have this bookcase and this other bookcase here. This one I like. I prefer this one. I don't know. I don't care for this one. My game is going crazy right now, so that's why I'm getting rid of stuff, guys, when I'm going along. Then we have the 2 lights that I showed you. We have this chair that's featured in the main bedroom. We have this chair that's very like the Nuka Cola themed one, which is down here. Just so I can show you this one. As you can see, I think I have the chairs here. You can see it's almost the same thing, except one has Nuka Cola on it. So we'll just go back here. We have this other chair here. Sort of a darker theme. I showed you this. We have this little clock. I showed you that. We have these coffee tables. They're in the sitting room. We have the cooker, the cooking stove. I showed you that. Now there's a load of these. They're reskinned couches. As you know, they're from the red set. So you have it in yellow. And it's still sort of ruined. So you can see all that. I'm getting rid of these guys right now. Okay. Then we have this one. Not my favorite color scheme, obviously. It looks dirty to me. Then we have the same one again in blue. We have the same set again there without the Nuka Cola things. We have this in green. So I'll get rid of that. I'd love a shade long, but they don't seem to be giving us that ever. The pink one is already featured. We have this lilac one. Then we have this other one here, green theme. I featured this, the dresser. I featured the fireplace. The lamps are in the sitting room. So is the holotape player. It doesn't work, but then there's a locker. I don't know what the difference is with the locker, to be true, but it's just the same locker as far as I can see. Then we have this chair. It's featured in it as well. The new Nuka Cola vending machine. And then we have the patio chairs and the patio table. But as I said, Baltec wouldn't have been on the original ones. And these are the pods. I showed you the radio, the fridge, the rug. There's only one rug. This, as I said, is considered a shed. I do not consider it a shed. It's a room. I wouldn't put stuff in there to do a shed. It's too nice. There's the side tables. Then there's a TV cabinet, which I didn't use. I want to get rid of these now, guys, before there's any more problems. Because it's usually a sign with me, my fans start to pop on the computer that something's going to go wrong. We have this little table, and it's sort of like some sort of theme on it there to do with space. I showed you the television. Then we have this weapons workbench, the lamps. This is the other lamp. There. The door, the sliding door, the switch, I showed you that. Then we have a fan. I showed you that. And then these little shelves. That's the whole set, guys. So I think it's a very nice little set, and I think it's worth it, especially if you're like me, building settlements and you want to change things around a bit. So that's it. So there's dog meat in there. Now, I thought he would have trouble getting into that kennel. He didn't. I originally had it over here. I originally had it where this one is, and he'd no problem getting into it. And when I brought the second one in and put it here, he had because he's carrying the Captain Cosmos toy, because they get broken down into junk. So I have all those things on dog meat, but he couldn't get into it then. So I was going around telling them to go here, get them. You couldn't go here, couldn't go there. Always put a rug under your kennels, guys, because your dogs can't fall through them, especially in the likes of Jamaica Plain and what's the other one? Murkwater. So anyway, guys, that's it. And in case I don't have a video up before Christmas, I'm wishing you all a very happy and holy Christmas. And if I do have a video up, I'll probably wish you that again, but I doubt I will have time to get something done with a settlement before that. So until then, look after yourselves and each other, and thanks for watching. God bless.